All
I'm
right.
not 21. I've never been drunk.
Okay, we're up.
Excellent.
My
Welcome back to
superpower
Death
is I don't
House,
have. Go ahead.
where Vicar Zoldan Vors has asked you guys to come down and inspect the village of Barovia. Upon entering, you were led to Homewood Manor, where you have taken refuge from the mists outside that wouldn't seem to let you leave the property anyway. Dodging backward and forward, no matter which way you turned, running off into the woods, you found yourself staring again at the front or the back, whichever way you attempted to leave the property. Some dark power is forcing you to enter. You went to the front room and removed the shield of Homewood from the front wall, opening a latch and lever mechanism opening the front door. You removed the sword of Homewood from the mantle above the fireplace, recovered a number of magical items, a little bit of rations, a decent amount of wine, a few magical items, and best of all, a new friend for you, Rose, who we discovered on the second floor of Death House. As you were making your way upward, Griff happened to see an armor rattling just a little bit, and on a hunch, he shoved it with its shield. The armor raised up its arm and then split diagonally, stretching outward, and you could see that there were rows of serrated teeth where the armor opened up. A gigantic prehensile tongue reached out, wrapped around Griff's waist, yanked him inside the armor itself, and then proceeded to hold him hostage as it engaged you all in melee combat. Griff, seeing that Genevieve was about to get hit from where his body was swirling around inside of this grotesque hidden suit of armor, used a reaction from his shield to teleport outward. Having learned the pattern of this armor, he's immune to it, but we can't say as much for our poor Anubis, our monkey friend who is trapped inside of the armor down this way. I'm sorry, Era, I have moved you. It's the top of the round, Era. What do you do?
I would like to hit this armor.
All right, give me that attack roll. That's a hit.
Nice swing.
Okay.
Okay. Did that get all of it?
Something is off in your math here. For the time being, Era, I'm going to say that you need to add 2 points to your attack value. This is a versatile weapon, and it shouldn't be using your dexterity score, but for some reason it's using your strength score. So that was actually a 24 to hit. It was a success, and it takes 7 necrotic damage. The sword slashes into this armor, and as the metal screeches on metal, there's almost a black line gouged into the armor, and you can see it begin to bubble and rust away. Any bonus actions, Era?
Checking. No, I don't believe I will.
Okay. What do you demand, or direct Nox to do? Not demand. You can demand all you want. This cat's not gonna deal with that.
The armor is still standing and still has Anubis, correct?
It absolutely is. You can hear from inside a little chittering and a scratching on the inside of the cuirass. You can see inside of the metal plates where there would be normally a spot of chainmail for the creature to breathe. You can see Anubis's eyes wide with panic as he's stretching and trying to look for an opening.
Nox will try and distract.
Wait,
this
you hit
robot.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. As you stab into this thing, I need you to give me... Actually, for something that high, I'm gonna go ahead and allow it. As you slice into this thing, you happen to get just a loose bit of flesh. It cuts loose the tendons, and you can see the tongue almost become separated for just a moment. In that moment, Anubis has a chance to get out. I'm gonna have him do an athletics check, DC 12. I'm so sorry, that's a failure. Anubis is still stuck inside. He cannot get out at this time. What does Nox tell him to do?
Nox would, I guess, tell them, since they're both familiars, to keep trying to get out, and as well as we'll try and distract the suit of armor for the next person.
He uses the help action and continues to flutter around the armor. Elena, if you choose to attack that one, you have advantage. What do you do?
I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
Use my, you know what? My rapier's still not in my inventory.
Did you identify
nope.
it?
You're right. You're right. I did not have it identified yet.
That's cool. It is equipped, however. You can go ahead and use it, and it's absolutely a magical weapon.
Okay, let's give that a whirl. With that advantage, so it's alt, right? Alt attack?
It is alt, yeah. That's absolutely gonna hit. Go ahead and give me that damage, please. Ignore this roll. This is me fixing Era's weapon. Okay, we're good. Alright. You deal 9 piercing damage with this rapier to the creature. I believe this triggers sneak attack for you. Is that correct?
I do believe it does. Hang on just a second.
Okay, go for it. Fail. Okay, click that damage button for me, please. Well, we're going to take the higher of the two there at that 7. That's going to be 18 total damage to this thing. You bring down your longsword, Elena, and it looks as if this thing is... It's so fucking fast. It's darting through and it slashes off a tentacle that's reaching out, trying to grip at you. You nimbly leap out of the way. Any bonus actions or anything like that, Elena?
Nope, stay where I'm at, getting prepped and ready for my next attack.
Okay. It is Anubis' turn again. Every time he tries to make a break out of this thing, the DC is going down. Right now he's rolling against DC 10.
Hey.
On a nat 20, Anubis completely breaks free of this thing. He's directly ahead in the space above him, and on a nat 20, I'm gonna go ahead and say that he does it in just such a way. He turns around as he comes out of there, and he's like ripping some teeth, like the serrated jaws that are on his way out of there. As he's making his way out, he's pausing to cause as much damage as he can in there, scratching away at the inner organs and using the help action. The next creature to attack that one will have advantage. Where do you command him to go, Elena?
Stay off to the side, kind of where in that back corner behind Nox.
Okay, I'm gonna have him fly out of there and use his remaining 10 feet to get up into the air.
Yeah.
What do you command Rose to do? She can occupy the space to the south where Nox is flying high.
Okay, yeah, let's do that, because no, she's actually guarding Genevieve.
Okay.
We're gonna keep doing that. She's gonna keep guarding Genevieve.
Okay, as you command her to do so, she already has a reaction to do that. So she's gonna go ahead and take her attack action at the thing that is trying to hit Genevieve. Rose is going to bite.
Get a Rose.
Unfortunately not. This armor is so thick and heavy, it just pushes Rose back. She falls back to the ground, still snarling and growling at it, and she prepares an action for anyone that it might attempt to attack. Ibu, what do you do?
Okay, I'm going to point at the one that's injured back in the corner.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull out my pan flute and just play the absolute lowest possible note on it and cast Toll of the Dead.
You blow such a low pitch into it that it echoes throughout this chamber, sounding like the gong of a funeral bell. I believe that's a wisdom saving throw for me.
Yes, sir.
I believe that's well under your spell save DC. Go ahead and give me that damage, please.
For sure. So it's taken damage, so it'd be a D12. I think it automatically rolls a D8, but we'll see. So I'll roll another D4.
Absolutely. I will build a versatile button in there for you.
Yep. No worries.
Well, no, I'll just jack it up. It should be doing that in. You know what? Doesn't matter. I'm so sorry to hold up the game. You blow into your pipe flute, and the sound of a funeral bell comes about, and you can see the helmet actually vibrating a little bit as it's resonating to the frequency that you're blowing. Any bonus actions or movement, Ebu?
That's it.
Okay. Griff, what do you do?
I'm still grappling the one that's supposed to be in front of me, yeah?
You are, yes.
I'm only seeing like 2 tokens on the field. Trying to visualize where I'm at.
Totally fine. When you're done with your round, please hit the refresh button. This occasionally happens with server ticks in Foundry. If you happen to load in at exactly the wrong second, it'll do something wacky.
Okay. I'm just gonna flat out attack the one that I'm grappling ahead of me.
Please do. Give me that roll. I'm gonna say a 23 is gonna hit. Where were y'all with these rolls last week?
Yeah.
5 slashing damage to the creature in front of you. Is this a magical weapon?
This is not, my shield is.
Okay. As your sword slashes into this thing, you can see that it's grinding up against the metal, and as it does so, flesh from the inside seems to come back in and form a temporary shield there. For whatever reason, it did not do that when it was hit by Era's longsword and by the fox hunt rapier. Griff, is that your turn?
No. Immediately following that up with smoke.
Okay. Give me that smite, please. Describe this for me, Griff.
Look, man, Griff's pretty pissed. All right, I'm covered in
Okay.
whatever the hell hentai tentacle shit got on me when I was inside of it.
You're definitely gooey.
yeah,
you are sticking to the floor a little bit.
I am moist, and I am dank, and I don't like it. He's already pissed because we know that this is going to take at least 3 hours of polishing on my armor again. So he's going to swing wildly with a sword and then get real pissed and basically kind of like a Hadouken, little Kamehameha action coming from just one-handed because he ain't got time for 2.
Fantastic.
And he's just going to fucking just dead center in where the face should be.
I absolutely love it. Griff, you go completely ballistic here. Your longsword itself isn't doing that much damage to it, as you can see, but you've simply had it, and you just ram the pommel into this thing's head over and over again. On the last hit, as you bring it down, you can see the slight outline of a fiery arm, and it just ignites in this thing's fucking face. And it absolutely takes the full brunt of that radiant damage.
Beautiful. Love it.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. This armor, who is unable to grab you, is going to set its eyes on Era. It's still got its arms out and facing you, Griff. Its head is turned directly towards you. The back torso simply opens up. And a gigantic mouth appears. The tongue tries to wrap out around Era's waist. Era, I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please. DC 13.
Come on, Era. Oof.
Unfortunately, Era, the armor sucks you inside. You are simply yanked into it.
Am I able to sentinel counter that? Or is because it's not technically an attack, I can't?
I wouldn't say that it's an attack action as much as a grapple is an attack action. So yes, I'll allow a sentinel attack on that.
What do I need to roll for that?
It's an attack, like your longsword attack.
Just flat out? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. That does hit. You wrecked this thing with a critical strike. On a normal target, this would have been a hell of a hit, but you can see that your sword is glancing off of this armor that appears to be trying to rebuild itself. Oops. There we go. Alright.
No damage
With
to me,
that-
correct?
Yeah, it
No
doesn't-
damage to you at this time. However, now that you're inside of it, it's going to take its metal plates, and the metal plates are going to expand, and they're violently going to contract inward as it attacks the creature inside of it with advantage. Dealing a whopping 3 damage. Era, take that.
I have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, you do.
Oh.
Era, you
Okay.
can feel a cold fury come over you. It's coming from your right hand and flowing all the way into you. You can feel blood rising in the back of your mouth. You can taste it. Your mouth is watering as you want revenge.
Yep.
The next armor is going to attempt to do the same thing to Elena.
Come at me, bro.
This time, however, Elena is going to use her martial role Defender. Normally, what this would do is give disadvantage on an attack roll. I'm going to say that for this case scenario, Elena, you're going to have advantage on the strength saving throw. Please give me a strength saving throw with advantage. DC to beat is 13.
Okay.
As the tentacle reaches out, Elena, this thing wraps around your neck. Rose comes flying out of fucking nowhere, chomps down on the tentacle, and yanks it off of you. That was very well done. Elena, you are able to push this thing aside. Yeah, absolutely. It is going to, now that it cannot do its yoink attack, it is going to attempt to pummel you. Elena, you are a whirling dervish. You simply dodge a little bit to the side of it. Its arm passes through and it hits a scarf that was in the position that your head just was. That is the end of its turn. Genevieve, what do you do?
Genevieve is gonna move next to this near one.
I gotcha. There's a staircase in your way.
And she's gonna stick her staff between its legs and try and trip it up and help give Griff advantage to attack it.
I love it. Yes!
Totally the grandma thing to do. Take her walking stick and take that, Sonny!
It really is. Era, give me an athletics or acrobatics check. The DC to beat is 13.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Mm-hmm. This is essentially you making a grapple check from the inside of this thing, except it's passive on the armor side. Era, you are so goddamn angry. You are able to you focus for just a moment, and there is almost an echo that comes out of your body, a poof in the way that your spirit skull appears and surrounds your body. Your eyes glow red for just a moment, and in a burst of power, you can see the armor explode outward. Era, you are returned to the battlefield, and the armor reforms around you. Do you have any bonus actions or any other actions you can take at this time, Era?
It's already used my action. Yes?
It is an action, yes.
Yeah, I thought so. I just wanted to check. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Is it safe to say Nox is going to use the help action again?
Yes.
Nox continues his bombardment of this thing, continuously aerial diving the sky. Elena, as he's distracted by the cat scratching around his head, you have advantage.
Oh, here we go.
This is a magical weapon, and your sword, it's like Quicksilver, slams into it. Give me that damage, please, and sneak attack.
Nice.
Okay. And then sneak attack, please.
Did it roll?
You gotta click the damage button there on sneak attack, I think.
Aha.
Bit on, bit. Just enough. For the first time, Elena, you can see that from inside of the looming darkness inside of this thing's helmet, you can see almost a vertical slit open up, a mouth widening, and you can see pupils inside the helmet for the first time as it attempts to reach out and make one last bite at your head. You take the fox hunt rapier and stab forward directly through the helmet and then out of the back of it. Red and purple gore coat the back of the wood as the armor slumps lifelessly to the ground.
One down.
Nice job, Elena.
Nice job. Nice job.
Okay. I don't know that there's anything Anubis can do to help you at this time. The help action is already active on that armor. You could say perhaps have him hold the help action to use again.
Yeah, let's hold.
Okay, I can't think of anything else, I'm sorry. Rose is... Oh, easy money. Here's what's gonna happen. Rose is going to do kind of like a combo attack maneuver. She's going to leap up at this thing, and then it's going to turn around and attack her while it's distracted. Anubis is going to backflip, kicking it in the back of the head. Rose has the perfect opportunity to strike with advantage. Unfortunately, she clamps around this thing's arm, but the gauntlet is just too thick. However, the next person to attack will still have advantage as the help action has gone off. Ibu, what do you do?
Hit him, Ibu.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him.
Okay.
I am going to cast. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna pull out my pan flute, point at him, and play the lowest note I can, and cast Toll the Dead.
Still incredibly effective. Go ahead and give me that roll. Oh no, I make the roll, I'm sorry. Wisdom saving throw. Terrible failure.
Oof.
The full damage is 6, I'm sorry?
Yep, 6 points.
Okay. You blow into your flute, and you can see the helmet resonating, ringing back and forth as it vibrates. It reaches up and it grabs its head. It's still got some fire left in it. Not a lot, but it's ready for more. Griff, what do you do?
Instead of hitting it with my sword, since it doesn't really do a whole lot, can I turn my shield, since it is a magical item, into essentially a blunt weapon?
You can absolutely use it as an improvised weapon. Give me your attack roll. Roll a d20, please.
Just outright roll a d20?
Yeah, and then we're gonna add your strength modifier to it and your proficiency modifier. Improvised.
Rip.
Was it a hit if you add in your... Unfortunately not, I'm so sorry. You slam into it with the shield, but no wait, you have advantage on this because Ibu did a saving throw, not an attack roll.
And he's still grappled, isn't he?
He is, yes, but that only zeroes out his movement. Shoving him prone, however, will give every creature advantage on him. It's a very fine difference in between grappled and prone, I know.
Got you. Yeah, I guess I'll just use my bonus action for Shield Master Shove.
No, I need you to give me another 1d20, please.
Oh, my bad.
Mm-hmm. And then plus your proficiency bonus is 2, so that's a 13 to hit. Unfortunately, it does not hit. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Next up is the animated armor's turn. This time,
I can't bonus action on him?
Oh, you can totally bonus action on him. I'm so sorry. Give me that athletics check, please. Oh, yeah. He is shoved prone to the ground.
There we go.
Okay. He's in a really bad position now. He's grappled and he's prone. Okay, normally when you're prone, you can use half your movement to stand up. But because he's grappled, he has no movement, so he cannot do that. Now he's restricted to straight up athletics checks. 1. Griff, roll athletics against this guy, please. Okay, he's gonna use his second one. Griff, roll athletics again. He can't do a goddamn thing. He's struggling to get up. Griff, you are standing above him, and you are just pounding him in the face over and over again with your armored gauntlet. It reaches up with his left hand, and it thinks for just a hot second it'll be able to do that, but you stomp down with your left hand. You have it completely pinned to the ground, and it is going nowhere. Genevieve, what do you do?
Between the eyes.
Hit it.
Okay,
With a stick. Why not? It's on the ground.
go for it.
Actually, I get advantage because he's on the ground.
You do get advantage because he is on the ground.
Nice.
Get him, Grams.
What?
I
Oh,
have
okay,
blast
cool.
all, too.
It's a regular bludgeoning thing, right?
Yeah, just using my staff.
Okay, cool. I just realized too, Griff,
Yeah.
if I increase the dim light radius in this room, can you see things now?
I can't. I refreshed and it fixed it.
Excellent.
I can see now.
So sorry to interrupt there. Genevieve, you slam your club down at this guy, your quarterstaff, and you completely bonk it. It can't do anything against you. However, it is a mundane wooden quarterstaff against this enchanted armor. Although it leaves its mark, it tries to reform that area. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Top of the round. Era, what do you do?
I don't know how this will go, but I'm going to see anyways. I am going to take a step back.
Hmm.
Oh wait, no, he's prone. How would
Yes,
this work?
he's restrained, he's prone, you have advantage against him with any melee attack. Because he is prone, you will have disadvantage with ranged attacks. Please bear that in mind.
That's what I was just thinking about. Like, wait, he's prone. Never mind. I had a plan. Okay, not moving. Never mind. I am going to, and then just hit him with the sword.
Go for it. I'll remind you that you do have advantage. Go ahead and hit him again. You're fishing for a crit.
Jesus.
Nope.
Doesn't matter. With a 13. How do you want to do this?
She is so angry and upset at it trying to swallow her and trying to crush her that I believe she'd step on the suit of armor and then bring the sword down and twist it.
Absolutely. Once again, near the end of this thing's life, you can see its mouth widening and opening up like some kind of horrible, grotesque flower opening up. There's 4 sections to it, and each one of them has an individual serrated row of teeth. Its tongue is forking out, and it appears to be splitting into 3 different tentacles as it reaches for you. Era, you're having none of this. In the moment right after Griff punches it in the face, in that moment of shock, you stab your sword downward into it. There's a shriek of horror. It appears to reach up and make one last grasp for you, and you just twist the sword, and you can see a spatter of blood come across the front of Era's dress. The armor falls lifeless to the ground. Congratulations.
We've now survived hour 4 of Death House.
Whatever we do, do not touch the other suits of armor.
Don't poke a thing!
Or,
Only
other
indoors!
or,
Watching.
hear me out. We just preemptively kill the other 2 before they animate.
You have to examine the other 2. I believe the closest ones in that area are going to be Elena and Ibu. Each of you, please give me an investigation check. As they do this, Griff, there's a feeling that comes over you in this moment of triumph after your combat. It's something that's unique to your religion. You guys don't necessarily celebrate battle, but there is a little bit of machismo there. You're a little bit like, yes, I can feel the experience. I can feel the battle fury flowing through me. And in this moment, I would like you to again switch your religion to charisma and give me a religion check, please. Elena and Ibu, with your scores respectively, you can look around and you can see that each of your armors is not moving. Ibu, you take your mace and just kind of like lift up the visor and kind of move it around a little bit. You're not doing anything necessarily aggressive with it. You're just taking incremental steps to see what's going to happen as you touch it. These guys don't appear to be moving. They appear to be at the very top. Elena, with your thief's eyes, you're looking for more value. Once you know that it's pretty safe. You can see that the front of it is kind of costumey, like someone put on a really glamored piece to look for decoration. At the back of it, you can see some of these iron strips are like missing. They've been repaired. They're antiques that have been mended over and over again. Between the 2 of them, however, you're looking at the good pieces of this armor. You guys can pull out 1 piece of splint armor. If anyone is proficient with heavy armor and wishes to equip splint armor,
That's
we can
me.
do that now.
Hell
Is that
yeah.
you?
Yeah. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. I think I'm the only one that can wear it, yeah?
I might.
Get in there.
Let's see.
I can wear heavy armor.
I can too.
Oh shit, never mind.
Okay, between Genevieve, Era, and Griff, and bearing in mind that you guys are welcome to split around your equipment. So, like, Griff, what are you wearing right now?
I've got chainmail.
I think that's a point lower than splint. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. Exactly.
Would you be
one.
willing to give up your chain to someone else?
Oh yeah.
What does the party think of this?
So say we all.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm happy to pass on it. I mean, I'm pretty hard to hit as it is. I'm small and I'm nimble, and my shield blocks a hell of a punch. So if somebody else needs it, I'm happy with that.
I'm thinking about it right now. I only have leather on right now.
Yeah, she's
So-
on a 13. Give it to her. Cause I'm at
Let's
20
see.
as it is.
Yeah,
We're gonna
Okay,
put.
wait.
Wait.
And
I'm so
you
sorry.
put-
Is Era putting on the chainmail or the splint?
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna ask.
I mean, it jack her up to what? 18, 19 with Splint? Something like that? What'd Splint give you? How much?
So, right now, if she puts on the chainmail, she's at 16. If she puts the splint on, she'll be at 17.
Give her the splint. I'll take my chain.
Okay.
I would almost say take the chain, you take the splint, because what would your armor class be, seeing as how you tend to fight
21.
from the front?
It'd give me one more point.
And what are you at right now?
20.
Yeah, he's already super hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Take the splint.
Okay.
Okay. Just a moment.
And we're taking 2 pieces, right? 1 each off of the armors.
You were able to recover enough pieces for 1 set of
One set.
splint
Oh, I
armor.
see. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. They were more decorative than anything else. You kind of
Damn
ripped
rich
off the
people.
bits on top, and you're like, okay, there's usable bits here. I can use the chain here. I can use the pauldron here. This helmet is garbage. You get the idea. I am restarting the timer. In 1 minute, your bless will wear off. Griff, with a 6, you're not able to feel too much here, but when you step to this wall, and I'm moving you here, Griff, between these 2 sets of armor, or rather these 2 empty pedestals where the armor was, you can see that there's an incredibly decorative embossed door with a boy and a girl and a deer. They're all running through the woods. The boy and the girl are holding hands. You know from earlier the boy lit up whenever you were playing that specific music piece. There's an uncanny sense of battle that comes over you warriors from time to time. You know that it is the touch of the angel Zarya. Something you are looking for is behind this door.
Retribution.
And possibly, you definitely want into this room.
Okay. You need to find the other, what, 2/3 of the sheet music?
Yes.
Yes, we only have 1 piece, I think, out of 3.
Next floor we roll, yeah? Because there's 3 floors, right? We can still go up.
There's 3 floors, plus we think there's an attic, possibly a basement. We're not sure.
All ready to hike on some stairs?
And we
Well,
went through
Do we not want to go in the room?
We can't. There's no,
So we find the others.
yeah,
Oh, I
there's
see,
no,
I see,
there's
I
no
see,
doorknob
sorry.
or anything to this one right here. But it
Mhm.
did show, like a reaction when we started to fiddle with the notes on the page.
Right. Okay. Let's look for that other page. Are there, before we leave this floor, are there any weapons on the pieces of armor?
that are usable.
Yes.
Yeah, they're each holding a long polearm looking weapon that has a bladed edge to it. Surprisingly, these are actually both in good shape. These are 2 halberds.
Well, it's nothing I can use. Can anybody use a halberd, or is everybody else
No.
good for weapons?
Good on the weapon.
I'm sword and board all day.
I wouldn't know what to do with one.
That's where
We need to
Genevieve's
get an
staffs came from the first time.
Yeah,
was
we
I
need
broke
we
one of
need to
them.
get a nice enchanted staff for Genevieve.
Right. Okay, so before we go upstairs, is anybody injured?
Lena pats herself down,
Doesn't
goes
look like
over
it.
to Anubis, kind of scopes him out. Rosie,
Anubis is surprisingly uninjured. He's been cleaning himself this entire time, and you can see as you get closer to Anubis, he's picking something from the top of his head, he's looking at it, and he's sticking out his tongue, and he's like very slowly moving whatever sticky purple shit it is onto his tongue.
I'm gonna slap his hand.
He looks at you
No.
like sadly, like, "What?"
No, we don't eat that. We don't know what it is.
So are Griff and Era covered with purple goop?
They unfortunately are. Era, it's splattered along the front of you from where you made your kill. There's a diagonal splash across the front, and it's... Even without any other influence, you'd still be pissed because it's in your hair. It's pretty bad. I'm sorry. Griff, same. Your polish that you put on last night, all of that painstaking work that you put in, making it shine to a mirror glow, You're gooey, buddy.
Wrecked.
Can't wait.
You look like a car that parked underneath a sap tree.
Ugh.
I look like I just won a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award.
Yes.
Exactly. At this point, would the party like to move to the 3rd floor?
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
For all those in South Texas, the grackles underneath the trees.
As you walk up the stairs and you look out the window, it is 8:42 in the morning. And yet, you cannot see the sun at all. It's simply a gray sheen. You look over the horizon, and where the sun would normally be rising at this time, just a white light coming from somewhere behind the fog. Strangely, it doesn't seem to be located in one spot. It's just a wall of white light, but muted somehow, faded. Continue up the stairs, and this floor is nowhere near as well kept as the others. Somehow, it feels more real.
I know it's a twisting staircase, so I'm just trying to see. Do we know where the dumbwaiter would have been? Would be?
You can
That
extrapolate
room?
that it would be on the other side of this wall closest to Griff.
Alright.
As we come up the stairs, I'd just like to remind everybody that we heard soft thumping coming from this floor.
Mhm.
I
Didn't
pinged it
that
when we
hear
got up
more
here.
through knocks
Be on
as
your
well?
guard.
Did you guys see the suit of armor sitting right here?
Mhm.
You did indeed.
I'm gonna kind of do this, just in case.
As you move close to this suit of armor, Griff, this one appears to... Give me an investigation check, please.
Don't investigate things. Hit thing.
This is fair.
My investigation.
You investigate
checks
it with
never
your
work.
shield. You're feeling it with your shield. Griff, looking at this particular suit of armor, it appears to be, well, a suit of armor.
Evil DM laugh, man. I don't like that.
I
Nope.
know. I was like, oh.
Does it
Griff,
look
what do you do?
I'm not gonna try and knock it over like I did that last time. That's for goddamn sure.
Okay.
Uh,
You're welcome, of course, to post up there if you like and let the party explore the room.
yeah, I'm gonna do that.
But just to specify, you're not making contact with the statue. You're just, I mean, with the armor. You're just hanging out.
I'm kind of like a bouncer at the moment. I'm just
The
kind
rogue is gonna say, "Be careful of this kind of shady-looking rug." Triggering my spidey sense here.
Her rogue sense is tingling.
Can I divine sense this thing?
Go right ahead, please.
What do I roll for that?
I actually was just gonna ask you to link your divine sense so I could see the text of it.
How do I?
You would go to your features, and then you would go to your divine sense under active abilities. And then when you go down to divine sense, you're holding down the X button to interact with your card. And then, oh, actually, you can just hit info. There we go.
While you're reading that, DM, I'd like to turn to the party and point out the fact that this suit of armor isn't holding a weapon like the other suits of armor were.
I did notice that.
Fair. But
Okay.
also, to be fair, they didn't
Yeah.
attack us with weapons last time.
Truth.
Does it look like worthwhile armor?
Tonal cover is defined. Okay, I see. Damn. Yep, I'll give it to you. Griff, you're reaching out with your gauntlet to kind of hover over this thing. You're not making contact with it. You're just doing a sense. This is almost like a bat's echolocation to you. You can close your eyes or leave them open when you do it. It doesn't matter what, but Only strong evil will ping in this sense whenever you do it. In general, it's coming from all around you. Floor, the walls, the ceiling, the house itself is radiating strong evil. Strangely, the suit of armor is not. It appears to be a very well made but mundane suit of armor.
All right, well, drops my guard a little bit, and then to follow up with that, like Genevieve said, is it armor that is usable?
Yes, it is usable. This is a fake out. This is plate armor.
Ooh.
I was gonna check for like keys in the armor. Like instead of under the rug, it's suit of
You're able to open it up and look around inside, Era. It hasn't been used in quite some time. It has the markings of the Godalming inside, the armored signature, the armorer's signature on the pauldron itself. You can see that it's very well used, very well cared for. This is not the decorative shit that was downstairs. This is probably the Godalming's actual armor. However, it is simply very well made. It is not a magical item by itself. There is nothing inside of it.
But what kind of armor do you have on?
I currently have scale mail.
Oh, you have the same thing that I do, don't you?
Scale mail is medium armor. I think plate armor
Oh.
is definitely heavy. I can wear heavy.
Are we able to give that to Ibu?
You absolutely can. Ibu, I'm opening your inventory now.
Sure.
That'll kick your armor up higher than mine is, I think.
It's pretty handy.
Cleric tank for the win.
Unequipping scale mail, equipping plate mail. Your AC has gone from 18 to 20.
Nice. Now we match.
Heck yeah.
Twinsies!
It doesn't look as good as my scale mail, but I'll take it.
It doesn't have the nifty leaves.
That's right.
During our, oh, we don't have any artifact. Anyone proficient with Tinker's tools? Smith's
No.
tools? Well, in any case, there are 3 more doors that you can see at this time, Griff.
Is it-
One to the
Gen-
west, 2 to the
Genevieve
east.
wants
Go
to
ahead.
check out this painting on the wall or whatever it is.
Can you ping it for me, please, Genevieve?
How do I ping again?
Oh,
Yep,
this
that one.
one. Okay. Okay, is that... Yes. This one features the same family that you guys saw downstairs. However, the 3
What up,
other
Nick?
family members, other than the little boy, you saw that there was a tall man, an elegant-looking woman, somewhat bratty-looking girl, and an eager-looking young boy. These are other family portraits, but the faces of the 3 others have been slashed violently, as if with a knife, a huge Bowie knife of some sort, or cleaver or something. Someone went to work at this. They just didn't carve up the little boy's face.
I'm sorry, they carved up the little boy's face?
No, that was the only face that they did not carve.
Didn't carve.
The
okay,
man,
okay.
the woman, the girl, they have each had their faces scratched away. At a glance, you cannot identify what weapon did it.
How disturbing.
I'd like to cast Speak with Animals.
Yes! We did the thing!
Oh, you have Rose.
Yup. Do we get to
Okay.
test my theory?
We
Okay.
totally did the thing.
Do it.
Cool. Let's do it. How long does
Do.
speak with animals last?
Comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. Knowledge and awareness can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived. Oh, within the past day. Okay, I'm not going to do that then.
No, it's still up to you here. I don't want to take away any of your player agency or anything like that. I was literally asking because I wanted to know how long you would have Rose available to you, and I was going to set a literal clock for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is 10 minutes, but I want to know if what she knows past a certain, like past just one day.
I understand what you're asking, but you have to spend the resource to get the information.
Yep. I'm just picking a different resource. Hold on, let me find it. I have a channel divinity. Okay. No, that's not going to work. So I'm going to cast what I originally was going to try to cast to see if she knows anything about this.
Okay. I need 10 seconds myself. I apologize. I'm recovering from the COVID
Nope,
vaccine.
all good.
Very happy I got it, but still. Bleh. Alright, Ibu. You have 10 minutes by an actual clock. When I am done talking, you begin weaving your magic through the air. As you trace the glyphs, it appears to be almost a glyph made out of vines that you're trailing through the air. As you finish casting the spell, the glyph appears to resonate. One of the vines reaches out towards yourself, and then the other one, actually it's just towards yourself. As that magical energy flows back into you, you are able to comprehend anything. You look at Rose, and she is just scratching herself behind the ear. She's by Elena's thigh, and she's just kind of looking up adoringly at her. She looks at you because she can see you staring, and cocks her head to the side, one ear down. You have 10 minutes. Go.
Rose, do you know anything about this floor?
Oh, you can talk. That's weird. Oh. I don't really like it up here. The owner of the house lives on this floor. He's not a nice man. He used to be nice. I don't know what happened.
Rose, who's the young boy in the scratched up painting?
The owner.
Do you know who or what scratched up the painting?
The owner.
And the owner isn't a nice man?
He used to be a nice man. He had lots of treats. Treats for me, treats for the kids. I used to like the kids. They get pets.
Rose, when was the last time you saw the owner?
She kind of looks at you helplessly. She doesn't know what to say, and you get the concept that the dog doesn't really have a very good grasp of time. There's not any windows in the servants' quarters. There wasn't any way for her to look and tell a day-night cycle.
Okay. Rose, the owner's a little boy in the picture. Is he different now? Is he older now?
He's way different now. Way different now. When I first met him, he was maybe older, And can she see any of Griff? Can she see any of his face or anything?
I was just about to ask.
She should be able to. My helmet.
Okay, then she's like, are you like 30s-ish, 40s-ish, 20s-ish?
Late 20s.
Okay. She says, like, older than him. He's different now. Way different.
Rose, you said the kids gave you treats. Who are the kids? Are they still here?
No. No, the owner used to bring the kids here, and they would go. And she looks around the room, and she appears to be a little bit confused. She says, there used to be a door. Here. Oops. It's right where she's standing, actually.
Oh, okay. What was on the other side of the door, Rose?
She whines and she starts like scratching at it looks to be a mirror to you guys. Like there's a blank space underneath it, there's a little candelabra, and then there's a mirror. And she's just whining and pawing at it. She said, I don't understand. This used to go upstairs.
Well, I'm gonna look at the party and say, guys, I'm speaking with Rose right now. I don't have a lot of time left. Is there anything you want to ask?
5 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay, I have a decent amount of time left. Is there anything you want to ask?
I mean, my question was answered because she's talking to the kids as if she's not them, so.
What's she scratching at?
She's actually, take away the mirror bit. She's scratching at the wooden panel directly underneath a two-pronged thing that's pointing out from the wall. And one of the, it's when I say thing, I mean that old ass brass thing that hangs on the walls of some of those old haunted house looking motherfuckers.
Like a
one of the
sconce?
candles is lit, one of them isn't. Yes, a sconce, thank you.
Gotcha.
Can I light the other candle and see if it opens something?
Or let
Yeah,
the
let
rogue
me-
go over there and
Let me finish the spell first. We could still ask some questions before we make
Sure.
any moves. I'd like to ask Rose, you say that the owner is different. Different how?
She's puts her head down immediately, and she says, he's mean now. He hurt us.
He hurt you. And who else?
She looks very uncomfortable. She says, when the kids came in, they were really happy. And then they just disappeared. They don't come back downstairs.
Rose, do you remember how many of them there were?
Okay. She's looking adorably puzzled, as any dog trying to do math would. Is there anything in this room she can use to count? To signify a number? Toes,
Us.
she has toes. Okay.
I have a chess set in my inventory.
She doesn't have enough time to, like, figure out numbers. But she's gonna start, like, gesturing with her snout. And she's gonna go, like, pointing to each of you guys in turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Catching on, Elena goes, okay, 6. Rose looks at her and, like, frantically goes, ha! Like, you've got it. And then starts going around the room again. Elena, you're like, 12, 18, 24, 30. Rose is not stopping.
kids? Elena would be asking that, like to confirm. That is how many kids?
It's
Wow. Okay.
Oh my. Okay.
I just look to the party again and say, hey, I've only got a couple more minutes here. If there's anything you want to know, I can ask.
2 minutes.
Like some Elizabeth Bathory level shit.
Yeah, seriously.
That's the vibe I'm getting right now. I don't have any more questions.
Does she remember anything from where she was scratching behind that door?
It goes upstairs, and it goes into the maid's room.
The maintenance room?
Maid.
Maid's room. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where the kids would have gone?
Ibu, as you translate this, the dog shakes her head. They went upstairs.
But she doesn't
And
know
she
where.
puts her... No. She says, I'm not allowed upstairs. And then she, like, puts her chin, like, right on top of Elena's boot. And she looks at Ibu and says, will you ask her for more treats, please?
One last question, Rose. Have you always been a dog?
It's a dog.
Have you always been the way you are?
Yes, and dog.
I'm dog.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help, Rose, and we're gonna get you some treats as fast as we can. Okay?
No treats? She looks a little sad.
I don't think we have anything to get
Not yet.
soon, Rose.
Oh, I forgot to bring up. I found that I have Purify Food and Drink as an action on my spell list, so that moldy shit
my
downstairs, I can fix it.
Hallelujah.
Oh hell.
I am going to absolutely allow that. First of all, though, with your last 20 seconds left, Ibu, you can hear Nox from his perch point atop Ira's shoulder go, whiny bitch.
And probably Anubis just go, eh?
Mm-hmm. Anubis is just looking around, like, curiously, like, I heard food. I'm in.
Apples? Treats?
I heard food. Yeah. But, absolutely. Can I please get the link of, your spell growth?
And where the hell was that, like, 2 weeks ago, my brother?
Hey, I'm new, alright?
I appreciate you being honest.
When you guys are doing
I
your turn,
see.
I'm usually like scrolling through all my shit trying to figure out what the hell it does.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you've got to do, you would have to prepare this spell. So your next long rest, wait a minute. You have no spells prepared? You didn't
I will
prepare
s-
any spells.
I will say that is a hard thing I've realized with spellcasters. This is like my second or third spellcaster ever.
Okay.
Preparing it.
Griff,
and
we're
figuring
gonna
out what
take
to
some
do.
time to explain this later.
Okay.
Because you came with, I don't usually allow magic backgrounds. I allowed it for this one because fuck it, it's a one shot. But you came with the innate spells Armor of Agathis and Command. That's just always on you. You always know it because that's your background.
Right.
You have to prepare X amount of spells. So I'm gonna absolutely allow you to use Purify Food and Drink right now. Okay? But
Okay.
you also need to pick, like, I will do the math on our break. Okay? But you don't just know all of these spells. You have to pick a few.
God, I was wondering why I have like 12 of them just sitting here. And I'm like, holy shit.
It's totally okay. It's spellcasting for the first time is very, even with half casters, it's complicated. But I'm gonna say, to save time, that you are able to go downstairs. You are able to use Purify Food and Drink. I'm going to ask you to roll me a 3d4 to see how many rations you pulled out of that moldy shit on the table, because you weren't able to get like whole meals out of there. It's just piecemealing crap together. Then you, once it was all piled up in front of you, you used it on the pile of food that was in that sphere. Give me a 3d4, please.
At a 3D.
My man. You are able to pull out the equivalent of 12 rations from there.
Wow.
You
I will
accumulate
forgive
a
you
smoked
that
turkey leg. You're gonna pull
forgiven.
out a big loaf of bread. There's gonna be like cranberry sauce, an actual shrimp cocktail, not the fucking fingers this time, but a real shrimp cocktail. And that I'm gonna say is gonna be, say that that's gonna be like 2 of those rations for like all this feasty shit. And then you can do whatever you want to do with the other 10 rations. But you have a veritable feast in front of you right now. You guys are able to chow down.
I mean, I split this
Imagine
evenly
what
amongst
Genevieve can do
everybody.
with this. Oh my god.
I was just thinking that.
Genevieve,
Give Rose some shrimp or something.
If
for
I had
sure.
it to do over, I would pick a different background just so that I could take proficiency with cooking tools.
did you not do
That's a
custom?
good idea. No, I did Acolyte because her parents were priests of Helm.
Bless you. Yeah, that's absolutely up to your roleplay. Go for it. But you guys are able to make a veritable smorgasbord right now with these 2 rations. It's been a minute since y'all have eaten. Yeah, Rose, her eyes get huge and she cannot control herself. She is like jumping up and down on Elena's knees right now.
All right. Let's take a moment. Let's have a quick nosh.
Rose is overwhelmed. Whatever you're giving her, she's just going to damn near hurt herself trying to eat.
We're gonna give her baby bites so she doesn't choke.
Okay.
Because dog.
Yeah, okay.
And Anubis is gonna get some bites.
Guys
Grouchy
are-
cat, do you want a shrimp?
No, don't give Nox any.
Gotchi Cat is going to he's gonna curl up right next to you and he's just going to stand there waiting and kind of looking at you. How are you offering it to him?
With my hands. He's gotta take it if he wants it. Got my left hand out. Nox.
He stands right next to your hand and pauses. It's about a good 15-second pause. He then reaches up a paw to place onto your wrist and then leans his head in and gingerly takes dainty bites of it.
I find this acceptable.
You can't tell what he's thinking anymore because Speak with Animals is over, but by the look in his eyes as he stares at you, he says, you get the impression that he also finds you acceptable.
One predator to another. We accept each other.
There are still more rooms to explore. Griff, the room to your west has... this is another heavily locked door. Instead of a magical seal, there is an emblem of a suit of armor and a very powerful lock.
We have that key with the armor head on it. I'm gonna try the key.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Let's all move into kind of the space.
Agreed.
You... okay. So, you pull out the helm key. The sigil looks similar to the one on this door, but not quite. It does not match this lock.
Where?
Am I able to shield master bash the door?
It is impossible. There is no roll that will allow you to smash down this door.
Could always check the locks on the other doors.
Sure. There is one
Nice.
more door down this hallway, Griff. It's a bit of a narrow hallway, but it's there altogether.
Down this way?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Could I check the mirror that Rose was pawing at?
Sure.
Sort of investigate
second.
it, but also...
No, you're good. Please continue. I was talking to Griff. You continue. Era.
investigate it as well as, I don't know, like, if it's a two-way mirror, you can put your finger against it, and if your finger isn't touching, you can tell it's a two-way mirror or not.
Okay.
and try and do that test.
We're
and
gonna
everything.
save what you said about the mirror, okay?
Yeah.
Because I misspoke. The mirror is not on this particular door, wall, whatever. However, as you investigate, please give me an investigation check.
Don't forget, Rose said there used to be a door there. There's
Mhm.
like a sconce there. One candle's unlit.
You look at the sconce itself, and you discover that the one on the right has a hinge on the bottom.
Ooh.
Yep.
Pull
This
that
is a handle for something. Should we?
You
Are we
pull it?
ready for this? I'm asking, are we ready for me to pull this?
I mean, I'm good. I can teleport the first time one of y'all get hit.
All right, I'm
Hold on,
pulling
let
it.
me come back up.
Oh wait.
All right, go for it.
As you pull the hinge,
Mhm.
the hidden door
Damn.
slides open.
Okay, question now becomes, do we continue on up to the attic? Or do we try to find whatever's kind of scope out this floor first?
Are we still staying with the non-Scooby-Doo style of investigating this house?
Hell yeah! Two of
well,
us, three of us almost got eaten by suits of armor.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want anything sneaking up behind us, so
Agreed.
I'd rather check out
Yeah.
these rooms and make sure there isn't any quote-unquote armor sets coming after us.
One should
Works.
never
So-
leave enemies behind them.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
good
that
with
would
that.
be wise.
Well, we know
Okay.
it's there.
Do we by chance want to close this door while we check the others?
Yeah,
Good
probably.
idea.
We know have the mechanism now, so.
Okay. You shut the door. Griff, did you want to look in there, or are you just opening the door and shutting it?
Yeah, we'll look in there.
Okay. It's a bathroom.
Oh, nice.
Surely there's nothing creepy in there.
That's where everybody dies in the horror movies.
Yeah, man. Have you seen, I don't know, The Ring, The Grudge?
Every movie ever.
That is a
Never
huge bathroom.
It's a big ass bathroom.
Never seen a horror movie, so I'm staying silent.
Darkened room contains, it's a porcelain tub with clawed feet, a little iron stove with a kettle resting atop it. It's a very well-appointed bathroom, actually. Unused, of course, but what can you do? What are you doing there, Griff?
Finding something to clean my goddamn armor off with.
Okay. The bathtub is filled. You're able to reach in there, grab a towel, just kind of get all of that nonsense off you. You're absolutely welcome to use the bathtub in there to... Wait, you don't rust, do you?
No.
Excellent. You do all your ablutions in there. You take a cloth and get all that purple sticky shit out of the crown on your helm. Yeah. Unfortunately, your cape is stained. There's nothing you can do about that, but you can get all the gnarly goo off of your armor.
I don't know what else I should be doing in here.
Maybe it's just a bathroom.
Is there like a medicine cabinet or something like that on the wall?
No, it's just a bathroom. Ebru, what do you do?
I say to the rest of us here in this kind of foyer.
Landing.
Yeah, landing. Maybe we should check these other doors, see if they're locked or trapped.
Agreed.
Yep.
Ebru, what's your door?
I'll take the south door.
Okay.
Elena will take the east door, do a scope on it, make sure it's not trapped.
Ebru, you can see dusty shelves lining the walls of this room. You can see folded sheets and blankets and old bars of soap. And at the back, you can see a bunch of cleaning supplies. There is a very dim light in this room. At the very back is a broom with a red rope. It's all draped in cobwebs.
Okay, I'd like to go into the room.
Okay. As you pop into your Ibu, you get the oddest sense that you're being watched.
Sentient broom.
Bum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum.
That or
something. DM, can you observer me for the room? I can't see it.
I absolutely can. 1 second. Very narrow closet. We can just rule cool this one if you want, or theater the mind this one honestly, because it's not a whole lot. It really is simply a dusty old closet. Cobwebs everywhere. Shelves are all covered in cleaning supplies, and yeah, there's also a broom.
You said the broom had some sort of rope attached to it?
It does. There's a red rope attached to it.
All right, I'm gonna say back out the door and say, guys, there's a broom in here with a red rope on it, and then I'll kind of step towards it and see if it looks funny.
You step towards it. Give me an investigation check, please.
Nice.
I mean, it's certainly a housekeeping appliance of some sort.
I kind of holster my mace and hold my hand out above the broom and say, "Up."
Wingardium Leviosa.
right, Harry Potter reference. Okay.
Give me a persuasion check.
Holy
Make
shit.
it happen.
Oh no,
Make
it's
it
only a 9.
Oh!
Only a 9.
That was a 20.
Okay.
That was a 20.
Okay. He beats you with a 13. I will remind you that you have inspiration.
Okay, well, I guess I better use that. That's a roll again.
In this case, it's going to be. I'm playtesting this rule actually. I actually hate the way that inspiration is because it's like, okay, cool. You got to roll again, neat. I kind of want to make it a little spicier than that. So what I'm going to ask you to do is suspend your inspiration now, please. In the upper right-hand side of your portrait, click that to suspend it. I want you to give me a persuasion check with advantage by holding down Alt. Okay, you beat the 13. Ibu, the broom jumps into your hand.
Holy shit, I'm a wizard.
Well, weren't you a wizard kinda already?
I mean, you're a talking fucking rabbit. Of course you're magical.
I mean, I don't want to point out the obvious, but
Okay. What does the broom do? Like, does it try to move me? Does it kind of...
can you write it?
Does it let me move it around with my hand?
Well, when you set up, you were holding your hand out over it. In the classic Harry Potter first movie, tiny little Daniel reaching out his hand over it.
We have a seeker!
Very first time you said it, with that 16 beating out its 13, the broom jumps into your hand. It's now parallel to the ground. It is hovering about 2 feet off the ground, right at your thigh level, let's say. I think I got your height right. What do you do?
Oh, man. Okay. I'm gonna grab it.
It's already in your hand. It's floating
Okay.
parallel. What are you doing with it?
I'm gonna take it out of the room and show everybody else.
Okay.
Does it move with me, like if I move?
No, it's staying stationary next to your side and it's wondering what you're doing. Like you're trying to pull on it and it's not going anywhere. It's staying perfectly still from where you set up.
Get on it.
Oh, man.
Do it.
Okay. I'm just gonna say to the broom, follow me out the door, and I'm gonna walk out the door.
You walk out the door and the broom remains hovering in the exact same position in the closet.
Check the rope.
Ooh, yeah, it's got a leash.
It's a
Okay.
seatbelt.
It's
So,
a seatbelt.
see, that's amazing. So before I go in, again,
Mhm.
I'm gonna stay in the kind of the foyer and hold my hand out to it and say, "Come."
Nothing.
All right. I'll go back into the room and I'll grab the red rope and see if I can drag it.
Okay. It very reluctantly comes along, but it has the general air of being pretty puzzled.
Try telling it to clean because
was
these
just thinking
cobwebs
that.
are disgusting.
It hasn't had a
sure.
job in a while.
Good
It
idea.
gives a little shake of distaste. Ugh.
Oh, I don't think it liked that.
Is nobody gonna try and ride it? Because I will.
I will. I'm just farther away than you are.
It's still staying in its parallel position. Who's hopping on?
Era, you do it. You're a lot smaller than I am.
I'm doing it.
Who's got
Aaron.
good decks?
Oh,
me.
I
good
have an
dex.
alright
I got
dex.
16. Flat.
Era, please describe to me how you mount this broom.
Backflip.
I
I mean, like, are you
that
sitting like the
dexterous.
normal riding between your legs? Are you sitting side saddle on it? Is there some
I
kind
was
of
thinking
like,
side saddle.
Okay.
Kiki's delivery service.
you holy shit. Okay. Era, you, as a lady would, pull your legs up, sitting side saddle on this broom, and as you do so, you notice that just the motion of it, when you're getting ready to put your butt down on the area that you would need to be, that the broom is changing to match your height. You pull your legs up on top of it, and the red rope kind of like throws itself up and just kind of leashes itself around your waist. It's not
It
getting
is
you
a
there, it's just kind of like there to steady you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I equal parts hate and love this house.
Genevieve, you were right. It's a seatbelt.
So I'm sitting on it. Can I just like lean to see if it'll move or with me?
Sure. Give me a I did not mean to do that for you. I never want to take away from you guys. I'm so sorry. Give me a sleight of hand or an acrobatics check, please.
Okay, which one do I want?
Up to you. This is a question of manual dexterity. I assume this is your first time on a broom.
Yeah. Okay. I will do my sleight of hand because I also have a plus D4 to it.
Okay. Okay, go
Plus
ahead and give me a
D4?
D4 just for fun. Go ahead and do it just for fun.
No, I don't want to deal damage to myself. Another 4.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay. With a
Dun, 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 dun.
22, as you settle yourself atop this thing, Era, you settle yourself in with the grace of a longtime rider. The broom looks pumped, and you actually end up doing a little loop-de-loop as this thing very quickly zooms all over the room. And you find yourself floating up to the full height of this room at about 20 feet up in the ceiling before coming back down to hover 5 feet up off of the ground.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Nox is pissed. You just rocket by him, and he's like kind of like batted about in the air, like his fur's like all rustled and stuff.
Oh shush you! You could follow me.
I think we found a way to get Genevieve out of danger.
Okay. Flying broom it is.
Absolutely. With that, guys, I think it would be a good time to take our 15 minutes or less break
Yes,
before
hot
we
tea
enter
time.
into the next room.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
All right.
15 minutes at most. We'll resume before then if everyone is back. please look at the bottom left-hand side of your screen and click the break time button. When you are back from your break, just click I'm back, and I will know that we can continue.
Cool.
All right, see you in 15.
Man, that moment when a Harry Potter reference actually works out.
I know. Oh, that was wonderful.
common thing. Nicely made, of course, well appointed as everything else in this house was, but still uncared for over the years, stained with a very common doorknob. It has a very common lock on it. You try the handle, it is not locked. What do you do?
Hey, Elena. Want to make sure I don't blow myself up when I knock this door down for me real quick, please?
You know what? I appreciate you thinking of me.
Elena, if I could have an investigation check on the door, please. Elena, it is a common door. It is a simple thing. There is not any hinge or trap or wire connected to it that you can see.
On this side, everything looks good, but do be careful on the other side.
All right.
Or just kick it and trigger everything and step back. I mean, I got nothing.
I mean, I do have Shield Master block just in case something blows up in my face, so y'all might want to take a step back.
You do you, baby, as I step back.
Greg, you lean back and then you put your weight into it, and your armor boot smashes the door open. You aim for it right by the doorknob, like a first aid responder would, and just completely smash the thing. Tear it the rest of the way off the hinges, and you gingerly step in.
And
It's a dusty, yes.
I was gonna say, do I hear anything from the door behind me, like the master's bedroom door? Do I hear anything from the other side when he smashes it with the other?
That's an interesting question. Give me a perception check, please.
Ooh, good call.
Thing closed. Perception. Nah, I hear nothing.
It was a good thought.
I mean, no. Unfortunately, you are just a little bit too distracted as you're zooming around on the broom. You have a good thought, but you can't get the broom to hold so long enough. By the time that you actually manage to get it to calm down, if you were able to hear any sound, you are no longer able to. Griff, you smash down the door and you find yourself a plain, well-appointed servant's room. It's very well lived in. It's a dusty room. There's a full-length mirror sitting opposite to the bed. There's 2 doors on your right-hand sides.
Dang.
One of them appears to lead to a smaller bedroom. The other one appears to lead to a balcony. What do you do?
Hey, Griff, do you need a light in there or anything?
That's what I was just about to ask. Because I'm a flame paladin, am I able to emit any kind of light whatsoever? Because I can literally slap people in the face with fire.
Yes, when you are channeling your god's power in the heat of combat, you can create fire. But unfortunately, no, you do not have a cantrip or anything like that in order to create fire. Do you have any torches in your inventory?
That's a good question.
Actually, from downstairs, you grabbed 10 candles. I can see it in your inventory.
Oh. I'm gonna light a candle then.
Okay. You do have a tinderbox in your inventory, so I'll go ahead and allow that.
Hey. You guys' room. So we got one door here that leads to a little bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the balcony.
Appears to be, yeah.
Here's a fireplace. What's this big thing right here? Like an armoire, or is it that big mirror?
It is an armoire, but yes, there is indeed a big mirror right here.
I'm gonna check the
And-
armoire.
You're absolutely welcome to do so. Is anyone else stepping into the room?
Elena will.
Quiet.
Elena, please position yourself wherever you will. Era, you as well. Please assume that the broom is going to ride like you're mounted on it right now. If you enter combat, you're going to be going by the mounted combat rules. You can set yourself to whatever height that you want to. The broom you do not know its maximum flying speed yet. You think that you're probably going to have to spend a short rest fiddling with it before you're able to learn more about its capabilities.
That's so sick.
I'm trying to go to your rules on mountain combat.
Not a problem at all. It's somewhere in the house rules, I think. But the gist of it is, just like familiars go after your turn, mounts go before your turn. The reason for that is you're going to direct the broom and be like, hey, zoom me up to that enemy. And then the broom will zoom you up to that enemy. And then you're going to find out during that time when you give it a command, whether or not it's an independent mount or if it's going to just fully obey whatever you need to do. You just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be your turn.
Okay.
If you do it in any other order, what ends up happening is you're like, okay, cool. I guess I'm going to hold the attack action from back here and then hope that my mount gets there whenever it gets to be my mount's turn. And then by that time, your enemy's no longer alive. It's bullshit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Era, I want you to tell me again what you said about a mirror. You said it earlier. Please say it again.
With a two-way mirror, there is, when you hold your finger against the mirror, like actually touching the mirror, your finger will not look like it's touching itself if it is a two-way mirror or a one-way mirror even.
Okay.
Where if there's a person you can knock through on the back.
I admit I did not know that, and I don't fully understand it, but you do that trick, and by whatever means you just said, you were able to ascertain that, yeah, this is a two-way mirror.
Oh, gross.
You look around, though, Era,
Just thinking that.
because you're able to look back and forth. There is no lever, no latch, no way to open it from this side. It only opens once you're in the hallway leading up to the attic.
But it's
It
not
only opens from
bulletproof
that
glass,
door.
right?
It's not bulletproof glass. It's just two-way glass or whatever.
How do you guys
But it
feel about
very
me smashing
heavily
the shit out of
implies-
it?
Yeah.
Dollars to donuts, it goes to the hall, to the attic.
You
Mhm.
would think so.
Did you say it activates when the stairs to the attic are used?
No, I'm saying that it only opens from the one way. It very
Okay,
heavily implies that the occupant of this room didn't know it was there.
Does anybody want to check from the
Creepy.
other side?
I'll check. I don't mind.
You go over and you find that, yes, indeed, you shut the door back and you are able to see Griff, but Griff, you can't see through the mirror. This is one-way glass.
All right. Well,
So it is creepy. But
we've got a heavily used servant's room. We have information that they have thrown an uncounted amount of children in this house over an uncounted amount of time.
Genevieve, from the other side of this door, give me a perception check.
Alright. Oh.
Okay. Very faintly, Genevieve, from the other side of this door, you can hear a quiet whimpering.
Oh no.
It sounds... Go ahead.
I think I hear something in here. Maybe someone crying.
You lean forward and press your ear to it. Sounds like a baby crying.
Oh, I've seen this movie.
Oh hell
Sounds-
no. Back up. I'm
Sounds
kicking the
like a
door in.
child.
Probably a doll.
Griff, get it open.
Oh, you know goddamn well I'm going in shield first. The last time I picked up a doll, it tried to fucking eat me.
Yeah.
All right. Do you need me to roll for the old heave-ho?
Not for this, because it's a very thin door. It's the door to what you would assume would be a child's bedroom, and it's paper thin. The crying gets louder and louder as you get closer, Griff. More pressing, it's really disturbing, and it stops in the instant before you turn the knob.
Oh god damn it. All right, let's do
You
this.
smash the door. Smash the door. This room has a dresser. A few little comfort items, but the main feature here is a small crib in the center of the room.
I was gonna say, is that a fucking crib?
The mattress is heavily stained with a dark crimson liquid. This room smells of death.
Oh.
Inside the crib, you can see something that looks like a shiny box or a container of some sort. It's partially covered by a baby blanket, so you're gonna have to reach in and move that aside to check.
Oh my.
I'm killing literally anything that moves. I'm telling all of you right now.
I would recommend using a stick or something to poke at
and
whatever you're going to be touching.
And I'd like to move into the room more.
Let's move Griff to the side there. Nothing's gonna happen to you, Griff. Was that Ibu talking?
Yeah, that was Ibu, and I moved. Yeah, okay, that's perfect.
Can you see in the dark? Do you have any way to look in there? Can I light a torch on you?
Sure.
He can't see
Okay.
because of my candlelight?
Does it show for him?
Yeah, it shows for me.
Okay, good.
Okay, excellent. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Ibu. Please go
No,
ahead.
it's good. It's good. No, that's good. I just wanted to be in the room.
I'm gonna move whatever was the baby blanket covering it with my longsword.
Okay. You pull out, it's... You pull out what appears to be a small metal sarcophagus. There is a child-sized mask where you cannot see on the top of it. The whole thing is hard and metal. There's a spigot on the back of it, as if someone were tapping a horrible keg. There's something rattling around inside.
Open it.
All I heard was sarcophagus, and then my Discord picked me out.
Sure.
What happened?
There's a sarcophagus inside that crib, and it's
Baby
got a
size.
tap on it.
It has like a keg tap. They were
Oh my
literally
God,
bloodletting
it's-
children.
Oh.
It's an Iron Maiden for kids.
Vampires.
Dude, we're literally in Elizabeth Bathory's house. Like,
Word.
low key.
And as you open up, you can see that the inside of this thing is just covered in gore and rust and
Christ.
what appears to be thick red paint. No, you smell that copper. That's blood. But at the bottom of the sarcophagus, at the bottom of, yes, the Iron Maiden, is the moon crest. And as before with the home key, I am putting that into the journal's inventory. I think it would also be a good idea to put your shared 10 rations into that inventory.
Which face is on the Iron Maiden currently?
One moment, please.
Okay.
Rations. I'm sorry, I missed your question. One more time?
Which face of the few faces that were shown is on the Iron Maiden?
Hey Nick, dude, if at any time during this, for anybody watching, you guys have any suggestions, please throw it in chat because I'm still learning all this.
Okay, Elena, while they're in there, hopefully blessing or burning or tossing it out the window, I don't know. Elena's gonna search this room because,
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
pull
sorry, are you talking about the balcony?
the bedroom, the maid's quarters.
Sure. You toss around the maid's room, and it appears as if whoever was in this room had suddenly taken all of their belongings from here. There are a few things that are left behind that are for common use, that are things that you would use in a maid's everyday life, like her apron and stuff like that, but it appears that she had very hastily taken her personal belongings and gotten out of here. There's no luggage or anything like that.
Okay.
I also mentioned that the mirror that is two-way is directly in front of the bed.
Oh yeah, that's not creepy at all.
No. But then again, that's what they sometimes do in hotel rooms.
What?
That's how I knew it. That's how I knew that trick. You have to check your hotel room.
Maybe you should like write that trick down for me later.
Spend the dosh, get
I
a really
got
good
you.
hotel.
Yeah.
Those are the only kind of hotel rooms I stay in.
Yeah.
Right? Like I very rarely go to hotels. I'm sorry, we're detouring.
Sorry.
Elena, please continue.
Okay, so if this room's clear, is this the one that goes out to the perceived balcony, or is this another room that I'm
It is the
standing in?
balcony.
Okay.
It is the balcony. You can see it through what's not like a. It's like a clear, not like a screen door or whatever, but you can see through a window cut into the wooden frame there. That this absolutely leads out onto the balcony. Would you like to go out?
Let's go ahead and go out.
Okay.
Check the door for traps, make sure everything's safe, and then go ahead and open it.
Yeah, sure. You're not gonna have to make a check for this one. This is a very common door again.
Okay.
You are looking around. You're very familiar with all the tricks of this place so far. You would auto succeed if you tried. You open the door, and you step outside. The mist is very heavy in front of you. You can barely see beyond the boundary of the railing. As you do, though, you wonder if something's out there. Is there something moving beyond the mist? Right by the property line. What is that? Give me a perception check, please. You squint really hard, Elena. And you can see two shadowy figures looking back. The mist covers them again. And then there's nothing.
I will briskly check about the balcony and return inside. For there is safety in numbers.
Cobblestone. There's a waist-high parapet, iron fencing between the two. You could easily climb over if you wanted to, and for a second, there's almost that crazy urge, but then you quickly back away. There's nothing interesting out here. You return back into the room.
Hey guys, so looking around outside, have the distinct feeling, in case you didn't, I feel like we're trapped here. Looked out into the mist, saw what looked to be creepy farmer John and creepy farmeress Jan looking back at me, and then they were gone. I still vote that we clear this house and then burn it to the ground.
Yes.
I agree with
Burn
that.
it.
Anubis chitters in agreement. Nox is kind of always for burning stuff down, so yeah. There is, of course, one locked room inaccessible to you at this time, and then the path leading upstairs. Genevieve, please continue. I'm so sorry, was that Genevieve?
No, it was me.
My bad. What do you want to do, Griff?
Can I, like, bless some of these rooms on our way out, since I'm, like, the super... As we clear them when we find morbid shit like this?
Do you have a feature that allows you to do this, or a spell that allows you to drive these presences away?
I have a lot of detect.
I'm so sorry, I can't think of a way that you would be able to do that. You're more than welcome to, you know, to say what you will in a roleplay fashion, but mechanically, that's not going to do anything in such a house. Like, if this were your typical murder scenario, then yeah, I'd have you rolling some religion checks and seeing what would happen. But you are...
Well, question. Under ceremony, I can bless water and turn it into holy water. That's still
Okay.
kind of a reach or no?
When you do that, what happens is it gives you the holy water item. And it like mechanically does something. I'll show you the item itself later, but to cast it as a ritual would take you like an hour. We'd have to do it like during a short rest or something like that.
Got you. Okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Well, we could
Um,
certainly do that like while we're resting so that things don't crawl up and get us.
Fair.
It really wouldn't be a
Yeah,
bad idea.
And I
for you to
have
do
a
that.
sneaking suspicion we're dealing with vampires here.
Yeah.
So holy
Don't
water
forget, I
might
still have
be-
garlic in my backpack.
Yeah, might be a good idea.
Okay.
Ugh.
The metal is our and stuff we've been finding in the house.
What kind of metal is the what now?
Like my sword, the shield edge, I got a crossbow, I think there's a mace, all these. What type of metals were they mainly made out of?
I don't know enough about metallurgy to answer that question. I'm sorry.
Iron, more than likely, or some sort of
Yeah.
it. They'd be the
Sure.
worst vampires in history if they kept any silver anything in their house.
I was gonna
Facts.
say.
Also, silver is werewolves, not vampires.
Well, it depends on the lore, and here's
Lore.
the scientific aspect. It's because silver in real life is naturally antimicrobial.
Ah.
Well, I will say that because your the mundane weapons that you've been getting, they're certainly not made of adamantine. They're not made of mithril. They're not silvered weapons. The magical weapons that you picked up, the longsword of Godalming, the fox hunt rapier, those are clearly wondrous items. As such, they're definitely going to do full damage to anything.
Okay.
If only I had retribution. God damn it. All right, you guys ready to go up the creepy passage?
I was gonna say, yeah. I think
Yeah.
that does it for this floor.
Didn't
We can't get
Oh.
inside that other room, and
I thought there was one at the end of that mini little hallway.
that was the bathroom.
Okay.
Before we leave this room, can I? It looks like there's like some side tables beside the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Can I look in those to see if I might find, a piece of a musical sheet or something?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to be checking the wardrobe when we first got up here.
Sure. That's the thing about this room, though, guys. A lot of the items that you would use in your common workday have been left behind, but all of this person's personal effects, all of the notes that she might have had, anything, her own personal clothing, she's cleared out. And looking at the state of these drawers, she was trying to get out of here in a hurry. This room has been like someone vacated in a quickness.
Makes sense. Okay.
There.
Would you like to continue to the 4th floor?
Oh yeah.
Let's go on up.
Let's go.
Okay. So,
Come on, Rosie. Come on, Nubis.
I feel like our order of as we move, go like me, Elena, Genevieve, Era, Ibu in that order. That way we have both tanks at the front and the back. Can't get ambushed.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
I can take the back.
Cleric be a tail end Charlie. I like it.
Quite prudent.
you guys continue onward to the 4th floor, and you find here that this area is even dustier and less well kept than the others. However, the candles here are burning. They're not like fully going, but they're burned down as if someone had passed through this area not too recently. Or, I'm sorry, not too long ago, excuse me.
3 doors. 4 doors. 5 doors.
At least.
Oh, yeah. So, team, feel free to arrange yourself in whatever, marching order, I suppose it is, that you'd like to do. But as far as exploring these rooms, where are you going? Who's going first?
I mean, I would naturally start with the door closest to me.
Okay. This door has an extremely powerful lock on it. The emblem above this door is of a sword.
I try that armor key again.
The helm key, it does not fit.
Got an extremely powerful. So there's no way for me to even try and break it down.
No, this door is incredibly thick and reinforced.
What about? Is it like a normal keyhole, or is it something like a crest would fit in?
Is a normal keyhole, but there is a wall on this floor that looks like something that a crest would fit in. There is a very heavy stone and ironwork door at the very far south end. There are 4 crests in this door, and there is an inscription underneath.
Let's see if we can find where the door that fits that key, or the key that fits the door.
Yeah.
Griff, as you step further here, you can see that there are in fact 3 doors in front of you. The one that I mentioned before, the one directly in front of you, the one with 4 crests on it, getting closer, you can now read the inscription. It says, "My sun, my moon, my wind, and my stars." There are 4 hexagonal pieces on this door.
One of them.
Mm-hmm.
To the left, or to the west, I'm sorry, to the right, to the east, is a common door. It's not particularly reinforced or anything like that. It appears to be a very common door. You look at the doorknob itself, and there is no lock on this one. To the west, you can see that this is a very powerful lock. This crest has the helm insignia above it.
There we go.
Got ourselves a one.
Hot damn.
I'm gonna pull that key out.
Okay. You pull the key out. You insert it into the handle.
Drossie's gonna come up behind him.
The door
Right
unlocks.
out here.
Alrighty.
It appears to be a normal guest bedroom.
With a heavy ass lock on it? I don't think so.
Sketchy!
This room is immaculate. Unlike the others up here, there is no trace of dust anywhere in here. Whoever was in this area appeared to be extremely fastidious. The bed itself is well made. It looks like whoever lived in this area kept a very studious lifestyle. Looking inside of the drawers, there's only the same few outfits repeated over and over again. It's a black suit, a white shirt, black slacks. There's 7 sets of them in order. There's also some vague looking tools in here that were perhaps used for medical purposes. There's like a scalpel, there's a doctor's bag, there's a stethoscope, there's the blood pressure cuff and other items like that. And by the desk, by the writing table next to the bed, you can see a torn shred of paper.
Hot dog.
Pick it up.
Okay. Into the journal icon, I'm going to drop the piece of parchment that you guys have discovered. Griff, as you turn this parchment over, you can see that there is indeed a piece of a music sheet on here.
2/3, baby. Is it shopping list? Is that what you tell it?
Sure. You're welcome to read it if you like.
A music sheet. Alright, so it's 35 liters of water, 20 kilograms of carbon, 4 liters of ammonia, 1.5 kilos of lime, 800 grams of phosphorus, 250 grams of salt, 100 grams of saltpeter, 80 grams of sulfur, 7.5 with no metric of measurement of fluorine, iron, silicone. Trace amounts of 15 other elements is literally all it said. So this might be Dr. Doom in here.
Ooh.
Concocting up some... I don't even know what the hell you'd be mixing this with.
And I think it's safe to say he's not American.
No, safe to say.
That seems more like it is something that they were studying themselves instead of what they're making. Like somebody found a substance and they're trying to see what makes it up.
I'm not saying this does this, but doesn't lime break down bodies? Isn't that very corrosive?
Yes. Kills everything.
A lot of that is corrosive as well as...
I mean, he's got 20
moisture.
kilos of carbon. That's an assload of carbon.
DM, being proficient in herbalism, would I have any sort of idea as to what maybe a combination of all or some of these ingredients would be used for?
That's... Give me an herbalism check, please.
There is no... Oh, my actual item, okay.
Nice.
Okay. Please tell me what Eva's experience is with the study of alchemy.
I mean, I can brew potions.
Mhm. But you have to study at some point when you're thinking about potions what this universe's equivalent to biology and medicine is. You need to know how these healing potions interact with humanoid bodies. Did you perhaps have an arcana cleric working you through this, or perhaps an alchemist scientist type guy, or perhaps a religious person who is passing on the ways of old herbs down to you, or
yeah, I would say when I was training in medicine, training to be somewhat of a medic, I had a mentor that kind of taught me the ins and outs. I basically followed them around, and as they healed people on the battlefield, and as they cured wounds and things like that, they would explain to me what was happening, connecting this ligament to that ligament, etc., etc.
Okay. So, these battlefield doctors, you'd have been learning as you go. And you would have seen that perhaps some of these guys didn't necessarily break any rules or laws or anything like that, any taboos necessarily, but they skirted around a little bit because of the urgency of what they were doing, of that triage that they had to get into. They were moving so quickly that they used some magics that you'd never heard of. And you have heard that there is a branch of alchemy that certain of these learned men and women know of, but will never, ever talk about. The one ultimate taboo. The list you just read off, when broken down to its barest components, is the formula for the average adult human body.
I was just wondering that when we started reading off ingredients like 35 liters of water.
So I will look to the group and I will say, I don't know a lot about this, but this looks like necromancy to me. It looks like somebody tried to create a body, or someone tried to revive a body with all of these ingredients.
Maybe they were Trying to manufacture a never-ending food chain for the master.
It would certainly track with some of the things we've seen.
That's
I
true.
think we should destroy it. All of this stuff.
I think we need to hang on to it at least for the music sheet, and then yeah, I agree. We need to burn this place to the ground.
It's not the actual stuff, right? It's just a list of the stuff.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's just a list on the back of a music.
But where would it all be? Like, we haven't seen a place where they could use all these things.
We've got a lot of doors we haven't been able to get behind.
True.
So according to the letters that we found in the past, that's obviously John Seward's room because he was the only MD of the three from the Agreement of Gentlemen.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that there's a laboratory somewhere here.
Yep.
It would also track with all the children that they brought through here.
Why did the village allow that? Like, didn't they suspect where all the children were going?
I think that's part of why we're here. I think they did, and I think there's not really much of a village left.
Alright, so just to kind of recap, that agreement between gentlemen, the letter, it says, whereas it is resolved that we three gentlemen of sound mind and character do agree to work together by any means necessary and until death to put dear Lucy to rest and care for her forevermore. So either, I don't know, maybe they're trying to put a vampire down? Or trying to keep her going?
DM,
Yes.
well, when we were told, it was probably in the journal, maybe, but we were told about what was happening here. There was something about a girl who died. I'm trying to see her name.
Her name was Lucy Wasinra.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to check.
Genevieve, which door are you trying? Ah, that is the door with the sword crest. I'm sorry, I'm saying crest wrong. Sword insignia on it. You imagine that, like the helm insignia, you're going to need a sword key to open that door.
Because Genevieve brought it up, I'd like to turn to her and say, Genevieve, I got word that the local priest for this village hasn't been seen or reported in 30 days. There is a chance that these people might have taken them out to keep doing what they were doing.
Maybe the priest came to complain or to investigate.
Maybe they did.
We may need to search everything from top to bottom for more keys.
I concur.
I would remind you there are still 2 doors on this floor you have not explored yet. The one down here appears to be relatively common. The one up here has an interesting insignia on it. You can't quite put your finger on this one. The lock on it doesn't appear to be anywhere near as powerful, but you can see who's getting close to that door.
Elena will go close to it.
Rose does not like that at all. Rose will try to like actually grab onto. Do you have like a scarf or anything around your waist or any sort of leather she can grab?
Yeah. My outfit's made of leathers.
She's desperately grabbing onto the leather on your waist and like pulling you back from that door.
I'll hold her back and I'll...
Okay. She
Need I remind you, I
snuggles.
do have lockpicks. So if that door does look like it's a little bit easier than some of these more complex locks, we should be able to get through.
Can I divine sense the door?
You absolutely can, but hold that for just a second to see if you still want to use it. I want to show you the emblem that's on there.
The Baradin crest, the same one that's on Rose's collar?
Yeah.
I'm going
Or
to
Homewood, rather?
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals again.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask Rose. I'm going to say, Rose, I think we need your collar. May I take it off?
She's. All right, hang on a second. Where's my phone? All right, speak with animals starting now. She looks at you and she says, please don't go in there if he's in there. He's not gonna like it if you go in there. You can have it, but listen to see if he's in there first. Is he in there?
Okay. I'll go up to the door and put my huge ear to the door and see if I hear anything.
Okay, give me a perception check, please.
Rabbit ears for the win. Come on.
You don't hear anything, Ibu. There's no movement or anything like that that you can tell. You peer down underneath and you don't see any lights or anything like that.
All right. I take the collar and I ask Rose, could you please go stand at the back of the hallway? It doesn't sound like he's in there.
That is okay, but okay. As she gives you the, she holds still as you take the collar, and as you do so, she does trust you. There's no checks required for this. She says, "Press the button on the back."
Okay, I press the button on the back.
The brooch flips out and turns into a key.
Snap!
Dude.
I look over to Griff and I say, Griff, and I toss him the key.
Dex check.
Okay.
See if you catch the key.
Don't make me do that. I got shit for Dex. My armor's big.
Dex, give me a. No, I'm kidding. The door unlocks, and you're able to open it.
All right, gang. Let me McScooby my way through this.
Griff, as you look around, you see a small bedroom. It's plain, but handsomely appointed with sturdy, ornate furniture. This room is very highly suggestive of a man who spends no time in here except to discard his personal effects. There's no personal belongings, only holsters of weapons and empty bottles of wine.
Alcohol and weapons. Don't mix.
Just holsters of weapons, yeah? No actual weapons?
You're looking into the holsters and you can see that it looks as if someone were taking a weapon that was meant to be drawn very quickly and stuck into a holster, but it doesn't look like it would fit any dagger that you would have ever heard of. There are also these strange leather pieces on the side that look as if they're holding these strange metal rectangles, and you look inside and there are these projectiles inside. They're cylindrical with pointed ends.
Crossbow
Can I
bolts?
go and see it?
I'm
Can I go
sorry,
and see the
say that
weapons?
again?
Can I go in and see the weapons?
Sure. As you look inside, the bedside table is locked.
And break it open.
Or lockpick it.
If
Oh,
you
right.
do that, you risk damaging the items inside. Do you still want to do that?
No, Elena, have at it.
Thank you.
I am proficient in firearms. Are these firearms?
The clips that Griff is holding up at you, those are ammunition. There are 30 bullets in total in these clips.
Oh my. Okay.
Elena, the bedside table is locked. What do you do?
I'm gonna scope it out, see if I can pick the lock.
The DC to be here is relatively high. Clearly, this was an experienced firearms owner. He was responsible about his weapons, and, he got hammered with his weapons unloaded and in a locked container. The DC to beat is 15. Give me a Thieves' Tools check, please.
Nice.
Like butter.
Good roll.
You reach in there and, in just one smooth motion, quickly pop it open.
I even give a wink to Griff over there, like, this is why I'm here.
Elena, inside this bedside drawer, there is what looks to be a very well-worn whip with metal fibers worn into the very end of it. There is old, crusty, drying blood on these sick metal barbs. You're not sure that this was a weapon of function so much as a tool of sadism. However, there is something really nice looking in the corner there. There is a pistol in the bedside drawer. It is unloaded and those clips fitted.
Hey, Era,
Yeah.
I'll trade you a crossbow for a pistol. Possibly a
Sure.
really creepy looking whip, but I don't know how good that would do. Looks like it's more for punishment.
Yeah. I have a crossbow. Hand crossbow. Oh, I will trade you.
Excellent.
Do you need bolts?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, go for it. I give all my bolts in the hand crossbow to
I would like
Elena.
you guys to detail that description to me in the chat, and then I will do that in our downtime, and we will
Okay.
keep this thing going. But to be sure, who is picking up this gun?
Picking it up.
Sure. Who's gonna have it like for the rest of the time?
Me.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'd reach into the
Era.
drawer and pick it up and hand it over, but I would not keep
Absolutely.
it.
Era, you do not need to. This is not a wondrous item. It's just a very, very well-made technical item. I'm going to put it into your inventory, and it is equipped now.
Hilda.
The inscription along the handle says Matilda. I'm going to put 30 shots in your inventory. And then you will use that, and it will, just like the arrows, it will deduct from that total whenever you fire it.
Alright.
And lastly, Matilda is resting on top of another sheet of paper.
Excellent.
As you turn this one over, this too is your missing final third of a music sheet.
Ebu, you're up, homie.
I'm also gonna check to see if there's any like hidden drawers or anything like that, just to be safe.
Give me an investigation check. In the
Is it-
meantime, Ebu, read this out for us.
Sure. Rose and Thorn are the pride of my litter. Rose doesn't have the stomach for this. I'll leave her down here with the kitchen staff. Thorn's been with me since he was a pup. I hate to give up a proper trained beast, but for Miss Lucy, we agreed. He's been the best damn guard dog money can buy, but it's time. I muzzled him and gave him to the head steward, who has the key to the sword room. Don't know what the doc's got brewing, but it's sure to make him even more of a beast than before. Sorry, boy.
Oh, shit.
Aw, man. He's a werewolf.
Uh-huh.
Werewolves and vampires, my god.
Speak with Animals is active for another 50 seconds.
Rose, whose room was this? Do you know?
This was my old master's room. He'll hit you if he finds you. Please don't let him find you.
Ask her what her brother's name was.
Rose, what was your brother's name?
Thorn.
Yep.
Sorry, Thorn?
Thorn. I know Thorn. We're flowers.
What happened to Thorn, Rose?
They took him away. I don't think my master wanted us any... Speak with animals is over.
All right.
Give her pets.
Throw her a shrimp, Griff.
I'll throw like 5 for that.
Give her soft pets
Yes.
behind the ear.
She really wants the pets, but she's not stepping foot in this room.
Is there any other doors or anything in
I'm
here?
so sorry. That was a very thorough check. You look around, and underneath the bed, you find one large Bowie knife-looking item. It still counts for all intents and purposes as a dagger, but it's in a holster underneath the bed, and there's a second clip in here with an additional 8 shots.
Nice.
Yes. Era, I think I found you some more ammo.
I will take it.
And it looks like I found another dagger. Does anybody else need a dagger? Maybe some backup weaponry?
I don't need a dagger.
I wouldn't know how to use it.
Okay. Then I will keep the dagger. You said it's got like a sheath?
It does. It's one of those things where it was kept like one of those leather belts that you wear. And
Okay.
then there's clips, or there's rather leather spaces on the side where you'd put the clips and where you'd put this knife, like a throwing knife.
Ah.
Definitely putting it on. Does it go round back, round the waist, around the thigh?
It's not meant for the thigh. It's too thick for that. It's meant to be either waist or slung around you diagonally like a bandolier.
Bandolier.
Okay.
Because that
You're
looks
able to find
badass.
spots for your other daggers. Are you positioning them? The majority of the daggers are all clustered together. Are you perhaps putting them on like your very front, on your back? Where are the knives showing on you?
You said they're all kind of spaced out?
Yeah. Let's let you flavor this thing. How do you want it? I just want to know what you would look like if I were coming up on you, what I'd see at first glance. Are the daggers all on the front of you, or all along your side, or all along your back?
Okay, how you're gonna see this is me and my leathers. You're gonna see the rapier on my left, along with my normal dagger. It's gonna be a cross draw, so I'm gonna pull it with my right hand with my dagger on my left, for my dual wield. For my backup weapon, that bandolier, the buckle will be in the front across my chest with the throwing knives and the backup Bowie-sized knife in the back. The back will be at the buoy will be at the small of my back, so I can grab it and just right there in the kidney shot if need be. And the the throwing knives will be small, stashed along for right hand draw.
Take a fucking point of inspiration for that. My goodness. Did I just ask a Ren Fair nerd where she keeps her throwing knives?
Yeah.
I think so.
Is that what just happened? You took us to school there, buddy. Okay, yeah, that was amazing. Thank you. Armed with your new bandolier of daggers, you exit the room. There is still one more room you have not discovered. Griff, are you going to be the first one to open up this common-looking door?
Yeah. Whoa.
This room looks like a storage room. There's old furniture draped in yellowing sheets, chairs, coat racks, coaches dabbled with mold, standing mirrors, mannequins looming out from the shadows like forgotten things. There's a wooden trunk sitting in the middle between 2 dimly glowing blue torches. I'm sorry, can that person please mute? Izzy, I think that is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Izzy. Griff, what do you do?
I'm gonna divine sense the chest.
Okay. Again, Griff, there is an overwhelming sense of dread. Even from behind total cover, you can feel terrible evil pinging from two directions. To the very west, the door in front of which Elena stands. To the south, the door in front of which Genevieve stands. Something dark is looming behind those doors, and even behind total cover, you can feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up when you look in their direction. From the chest, however, you feel nothing.
I'm gonna open the chest.
Inside the chest is a frail, bleached skeleton wrapped up in a blood-stained bedsheet. You have found the remains of the family's old nursemaid.
Oof.
She is, you can see now, as you've knocked the trunk aside, that her luggage was directly behind it. It had all of her belongings inside. But the nursemaid herself is holding something shiny and a small piece of paper. Griff, I'd like you to give me a medicine check, please. You cannot tell the cause of death, but the glimmering thing that she's holding catches your interest. What do you do?
I'm gonna examine it closer.
Okay. This, Griff, is the armor key.
Hot dog.
Okay.
And then she's holding a note. Who haven't I picked on recently? Genevieve, I would like you to please read us the note. Something's not right.
It's in my inventory.
It's
in the journal's
and I've linked
inventory.
it to chat.
Ah.
Can you see it linked into the roles section?
Which chat? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, Mom, something's not right here. I've gathered what little gold I could, but I got to get out of here. Lord Holmwood keeps taking in kids. They go to the sword room and they don't come out. And then he goes and gets more, and all the while the rich man keeps chugging his wine, and the doctor, he keeps muttering arcane formulas to himself. And the way he stares at the kids? There's only so many kids in the village. They've been asking me questions about Ethan, my sweet baby. Look, just have the horses ready. We're gonna... The note ends here. There's a splatter of blood on the page.
Well, I think that proves at least one thing. The villagers were starting to ask questions.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it sounds like the querents got removed.
And it sounds like all three of those men were in on it.
At the very least.
We have the armor key. Where was the armor door? It was the one
The
right in
armor
front of me,
door
wasn't it?
is on the 3rd floor. It belongs to Lord Holmwood's bedroom. I would remind you that you also have the 3 pieces to the music sheet that unlock
Yes.
the door that
On the
Griff desperately wants to open.
Oh, yeah.
On the second room.
Can we please
floor.
go get my goddamn flail so I can whoop some serious ass?
Let's
We
do
have
it.
just enough time to explore the last room on the 2nd floor, if everyone's good with that.
Sounds good.
Seconded.
Sure.
Okay. We return down the stairs to the 2nd floor. with your 3 notes, you're able to compile a music sheet. Who's playing what instrument?
I mean, I could play my pan flute.
Okay. You play the melody on your pan flute, and one by one, you can see the gaily dancing figures across this heavy, thick wooden seal light up. In sequence, they do so, and the door opens.
Alrighty. I'm gonna follow my divine sense here. See if I can't figure out what was pulling me through.
Griff, you open up and you find you're standing in a grand library. There's a wealth of knowledge in this room. Weighty tomes, novels, treatises, encyclopedias, poetry, histories. This library is so damn big you need a rolling library to look around here. There's an incredible desk facing the hearth. There's these exquisite reading chairs. There is a strange little nook back there that you're going towards, Griff. It leads off for some reason. The topics here cover history, warfare, alchemy. Give me an investigation check, please. Okay. There's so much in this room you're having trouble focusing on the specific titles, Griff. You definitely know that you need to find something in this area. Elena, give me an investigation check, please.
I was gonna say, this curious cat's gonna definitely scope things out.
Okay. Okay. Between the other two who are in this room, Ibu and Era, I would also like investigation checks as you guys are looking around. Okay. Cool. Griff, you've wandered out of that area a little bit. You're curious to know what's going on down this hallway and what the other guys are checking out. Elena, there's a curious green book that's got your attention. Well, we're gonna get back to you actually. Era, Ibu, the titles that you guys are looking at are historical in nature. Ibu, looking back behind the desk, there are some quite naughty titles back there. In fact, looking back, you can see The Lusty Argonian Maid.
I knew it!
Elena, in front of you, there's a green book by the author J.P. Adams. It doesn't look like it fits with the other ones here.
First thing I'm gonna do is look around, and I'm gonna see if it's an actual book or if it's a trapdoor. Tug on it.
Give me another investigation check before you tug on it. There is a thin metal cord that goes back here that you're pulling this thing from, and you notice at the very top of this thing, the wooden frame is thicker than it should be in this space, like it was in the front door. You pull on the book, Elena, and the wall itself swings open.
I knew there was something behind that quarters.
Elena, what do you do?
Soft whistle. Hey guys, I found something. And I'm gonna stick my head in, look around the room. I'm not gonna step into the room yet. Try to visualize first, inspect it.
Okay. Inside this room is a chest.
I'll check it out.
Elena, you good with that?
Okay.
Okay. Griff, looking in front of you, you can see a red and gold paneled chest. There's the emblem of the angel Zarya on the front. What do you do?
Recognize the fact that it's my deity and pop it open.
And as you open it up, we'll find out what this item does when we return next week.
Oh.
La.
Hot damn.
So,
Thank you guys so much for playing Death House. I hope you had a lot of fun.
oh, man.
I'm just
Where-
chilling on the desk.
All right, chat, man. That was super fun. Appreciate you guys. We'll see y'all next week.